Good day, my name's Phil Veazey. I work at Elemental and we're the social prescribing people, and we've been working on this project, and it was a challenge issued to us by the London Borough of Ealing. Where's Julia?
Yeah.
Julia, give us a quick 2 seconds on that challenge.
The challenge was to work with different people to make Southall residents more active and understand potentially why, if they weren't active, what were the barriers, to help them understand like the behaviour change element behind it, not just putting on an activity, but actually understand a little bit more behind that. So we're incredibly pleased to work with Elemental, and as far as I'm concerned, it's been a fantastic project. I've met some really nice people here today with lots of good intentions, so we need to carry that forward, don't we?
Check to the post, Julia. And the partners included Catalyst Housing Association, and we couldn't have done anything without Nicola. So, and I know the residents just love you to bits, Nicola. So Nicola's just going to give us 2 minutes on how the residents have been so absolutely key to this whole process.
I'm Nicola from Catalyst. I work here on Havelock in a community investment capacity, and this project's been brilliant because it's really brought together lots of the partners that we've been working with for a very long time, but also giving us an opportunity to really work with residents to understand what the physical activity opportunities are here on Havelock that many people just don't know about. So lots of the residents have been involved in helping us to map those opportunities and to really assess kind of how good they are from a kind of involvement point of view. And I'm really delighted that some of the residents who've been very physically active in this community, particularly over the last 12 to 18 months, they've just finished their Kick Fit class and they've joined us.
We brought our teacher with us.
Actually, you're number 8 on the map of the GP surgery. You need to be in the know. And we've also got members of the patient participation group. Charity, Dr. Eva from the surgery, who's been our go-to GP over there, because there's no pill, as far as we know, for physical activity, is there?
Yeah, and thank goodness there isn't.
And that's why we have a social prescription. And the next introduction, the next partner is Jennifer, who's the sign, Jeanette from the Canal Rivers Trust. Come and tell us about the new signage and the step markers.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, my name's Jeanette Brooks. I'm from Canal Rivers Trust, and probably about 18 months ago, with a conversation with Catalyst Housing and Ealing Council, we submitted an application to the Tesco's Bags of Help scheme, which enabled us to start beginning this journey with Catalyst Housing to improve this section of towpath that we're about to walk, making it a little bit more accessible for local people, the sense of safety. And towards the end now, we've also mashed that project with the social prescribing project, and at the output today is this 1 kilometre walk along the towpath, where you can see how far you've walked, how many steps you've taken, and they were also aligning that to the Elemental portal, so again it can be prescribed through the GP surgery and through Catalyst Housing. I'm very pleased that everybody's here. I'm very happy that we are going to take a little walk along the canal. We have signs along the way. These signs, I'm also quite proud to say, are interactive. If you use your smartphone or a gadget, you can tap along and you can find out where you are and what it's like on the towpath and what the conditions are. Actually, conditions are muddy and puddly, so if you have your flip-flops on, we've brought along some wellies in case you want to do the walk in some wellies today. Yes, and on behalf of the Canal Rivers Trust, we're really pleased to be aligning ourselves to this kind of endeavour. This is exactly what the Trust is all about at the moment. Care for the water space, involving our local communities, making everybody happier and healthier.
We've all been doing it for years, and it now has a name. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it has a name and it's got lots of support from the likes of NHS and the voluntary community sector and local authorities and clinical commissioning groups and housing associations, which is great. And I'm always reminded of the example of my dad, who found out that he had a heart condition, AF, and Dimpna, who was the practice nurse in the practice, said, I think you would benefit from actually being involved in the social prescribing project in the area. He didn't know much about it. He was introduced to Brona, who spoke to him and said, look, I think it's something to do with your stress levels are quite high. He said, what can I do about that? And she said, well, look, Laura does restorative yoga and Dad got involved in that, and 10 weeks later he could see his stress levels were reducing. He actually got 3 of his friends involved as well, and they've actually gone on and they're doing it as well after the programme, which is great. So he's empowered, he understands his health condition, and he's tapping into resources that are already there in the community. So we all know that this works. The evidence is there as well. So what our hope is that we can actually do something really significant, that this is just the start of something, and we're already talking about where it could go in the future and how we can have more people involved so that the community feels empowered and activated and ready to get stuck in. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. 6 years ago, Leanne Monk and I discovered that this was all happening, but it needed something else to kind of bring it together, like a catalyst, so to speak. So we weren't techies or anything, and we just thought that maybe digital had a role to play in helping referrals coming from GPs or from paramedics to a central place where there are people called link workers or social prescribers or community development workers. But what the commissioners need to find now is what happens after that person has chosen that they want to be involved in the canoeing club. You know, what difference has that made to people's lives? And that's where we brought the digital side in, to be able to say, look at the fantastic things that are available. This person's anxiety levels have dropped. This is what this means to the health and social care system, and then so things could be more sustainable. So we're bringing the digital element as well as our own first-hand experience in the community. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm from Catalyst Housing. I'm using Elemental today. I've been getting names of our local residents for the health and well-being, and I've been using the Elemental system, which is very easy, especially the quick catch names. We've had a very successful event today. We've got about 12 people listed, and we'll be referring them on to relevant organisations depending on their interests. It's been a really useful tool. Thank you very much.